Well, what's going on, guys? Evan the Dark Souls enthusiast here, bringing you the gameplay commentary on the Xbox 360 edition of Dark Souls. This is going to be a quick run-through of Ashe Lake, bringing down the Hydra and looking around, things like that. Ashe Lake is one of my favorite areas in the game, and it got omitted in my LA commentary series, so I figured I could go ahead and pick it up here. I'm starting to forget what areas I did and didn't upload to Dark Souls, but I don't think I've shown Ashe Lake on my channel before, and if I have, I guess we're going to see it again, even on this character, so tragic, I know. But moving aside, I wanted to do a quick channel update because I haven't put anything out in a number of days, probably 6 days-ish, I want to say. And whenever I don't put stuff on my channel, subscribers start to drop off and things like that. It's never a huge number, but I do think people, I know people send me messages like, "Hey man, what's going on? Where's the content?" So I've spoken to that before. I'm a busy guy, and that's never going to change. But I can speak a little bit about why there has been a longer lap than normal. Normally I try to get something up here at least every 3 days, every 2 days, unless I'm on like a sabbatical or a break. I pretty much worked 24 hours this weekend. I worked 3 8-hour shifts on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then Friday I also worked my other job. So Friday was completely shot, and Saturday I wanted to go out with friends before I went out to work, and Sunday I pretty much had to do like an 8-hour stretch of homework, so I literally went to work for 8 hours, then did homework for 8 hours, then went to sleep. So been staying pretty busy with the graduate school thing and the whole socializing thing, and trying to maintain all the things in life aside from video games and gameplay commentaries. It's funny how things you enjoy sort of take away time from other things you enjoy. There's so many things personally that I like to do that everyone likes to do, but I like to do a good job of my schoolwork. I'm not to be confused with like a 4.0 student. I've always been sort of a 3.3 to 3.8 range, just depending on the effort I'm putting in. So I guess you could say I'm a collegiate student. I'm not an academic student. Even in grad school, I'd say that still remains true. So I try to give my homework enough time that it's at least B quality work, hopefully A quality, but I'll settle for a B. I'm trying to maintain my relationship with my girlfriend. I'm trying to maintain my relationship with peers. I'm trying to work 2 jobs. Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. Everything I do I love, and I love playing video games, and video games probably are ultimately my favorite hobby. I just can't let them become all-consuming. In the ideal world, I wouldn't have to work 2 other jobs, or at least I could drop 1 job and commentate for money, but that's sort of a pipe dream. You shouldn't get into YouTube commentating to make money, because I think it's never going to happen, and that's certainly not why I got into it, and I've said that before, so just one of those things, I guess one can acknowledge. It sure sounds like a nice job to play video games in the comfort of your home and getting paid a small amount of money to play them, but that's not really what I want to talk about. That's just why I haven't had any channel updates. And also, finally, in conclusion, there's been a delay in channel updates because I have the PlayStation 3 version of Dark Souls. Since I'm such a fanatic for this game, I bought both the Xbox 360 edition and the PS3 edition at launch, and most of my friends were on the 360 edition, so I decided I'd get 360 so we could play together. But not even the PvP system so much as the whole online multiplayer aspect was kind of broken, and it was hard to get party with your friends, at least initially. It's a little better now, but it's still not great. So he and I, or my friends and I, they've all mostly moved on to other games. I'm kind of the guy that's stuck playing this game because I'm kind of having a little fixation on it, so I decided it was time to move over to the PS3. I don't think the PS3 version's superior, I just think it has a larger community. And since I'm trying to do player versus player content on this channel, a larger community will really help me out. I've already done like a Let's Play of this game, at least my version of the Let's Play, so I've already kind of exhausted everything I can do there outside of like a Let's Play with like a really weird character. People had requested some Let's Plays with different strategies, and I had strongly considered doing them, but I realized that ultimately it'd be a lot more boring than I think even the people that suggested it realized. Like an all bow playthrough has been done before, and it's fine, but it's just time consuming to pop away at enemies with bows. And I'm not sure if I want to rant over the same areas I've already ranted over. I'd rather do PvP, or at least it's fresh, or I did consider like a no shield all parry playthrough with a parrying dagger. That probably would be interesting. So I'd say there's another Let's Play in the future of this game, but maybe not right away. I'm still looking to get my PlayStation 3 stuff together. I didn't want to do a PS3 Let's Plays. At first I just want to focus on grinding out a character on the PlayStation 3 as quickly as possible. I'm getting pretty close. Currently my character on the PlayStation 3 is on its first new game. It's a Moonlight Greatsword build with some odd custom configurations like extra points in dexterity and stuff like that for slightly faster cast speeds and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to that, but that's not here yet, but it's getting really close, and I'm excited to finally be using the Moonlight Greatsword on my channel, because I've usually had pretty good success with it. I'm also looking to bring some duels outside just the kiln. I don't dislike the kiln so much as I just am a little tired of dueling in the kiln. I want to get some better scenery maybe, maybe even play in the forest a little bit. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I definitely want to do a different area, and I definitely want to do some non-Dark Wraith invasions. I've been doing Dark Wraith for so long. They're all fun. I just think that I should branch out and try some other things. I was going to make a Gravelord's character, but the Gravelord's Covenant, it's really tough to get consistent footage of it, because you put your sign down and hope someone invades you, and they usually don't. So haven't had a whole lot of luck with the Gravelord's Covenant, so that's not going to happen. But I'm thinking about doing some Force Covenants. I'm open to suggestions here. I'm not going to do Dark Moon or Dark Wraith on my PS3 character because my Xbox people do that. So I'm looking at maybe some Cat Covenant, like Force Covenant rather, but you know, I call it Cat Covenant. What do you guys think of that? Maybe a little yes, maybe a little no. Maybe just going areas and trying to get invaded, but that's not reliable enough for me to do it. I'd also considered some Dragon Form PvP, but yeah, Dragon Form not only kind of sucks, but it's kind of... you've seen it once, you've seen it every time. It's pretty repetitive, more repetitive than using different weapons. So we'll see what happens. There is really no caster Covenant, unfortunately, so it'll probably ultimately wind up being a Cat's Covenant, I think. But I'm still up to suggestions, so go ahead and give me some feedback. So that's what you guys should be expecting, some new PS3 footage to mix with the Xbox footage. Some additional contents from other games, some Gotham City Imposters. I haven't given that game up yet. It just got a little tired of it. It's just I keep finding games that don't measure up to this one, so I keep coming back to this one, but eventually this game's got to give. As much as I love it, and any good game eventually is going to give. Maybe that's what separates me from PC gamers. I know PC gamers that have still been playing the same game for, it seems like eternity. I know people that still play Counter-Strike religiously. That's great. I think it would be great to be able to buy a game and play it for a long, long time. The only game I ever played for a really, really long period, I mean years, as in years and years and years, was I played through the Armored Core series over and over throughout high school, probably a playthrough a school year, so those lasted for at least 4 years each, because I played through all of them, not just like the most recent one. And I played StarCraft, oh man, I played StarCraft for probably 8-9 years. I mean, I was never that great at it, but you know, I could ladder on. For those of you familiar with StarCraft, I could do like Lost Temple 1v1s against pubs, but I was never like able to play against anyone in like a high level of a league or anything like that. I didn't practice. I just got on, played a couple matches a day, then played a bunch of custom maps and things like that. I've played Defense of the Ancients for 2 or 3 years, so I found games that I really like, but you know, life gets in the way of some of those intensive gaming habits, and I'm sure everyone understands that. But sometimes I just look back and reflect on my life, and I'm like, man, I wish I could just do nothing but play video games all the time. But then the grass is always greener. Then you wind up in those periods of your life where you're unemployed, or you just got out of school. And speaking from personal experience, you're like, I just got out of school, and really I had 24 hours a day, I mean, to look for a job and play video games. So I might have been playing 15 hours a day, and it was pretty bad times. Or I'd go run or work out and things like that. But ultimately, I just realized that there needs to be more in one's life than really any one thing. I think my attention span's too short, that I need to vary my interests. So whatever, I don't mean this to become a conversation of self-discovery here, but sometimes I get good feedback on videos where I talk a little bit about myself and what I'm trying to do here with this channel and things like that. So it's been a long time since I've done a video specifically about that, so I figured I'd go ahead and put one out there. Feel free to comment on anything, as always. You know, I just want to share some information about the channel because I like to keep everyone as informed as I can. To date, I have not blocked anyone from the channel. I have, however, respectfully asked one person to leave. They basically came into my videos and told me my content was basically garbage and that I sucked really bad at Dark Souls, and I didn't disagree with any of that. There are many YouTube commentators who, during Dark Souls stuff, that put me to shame, particularly in the realm of PvP. Now, I think in PvE, I'm pulling my weight pretty easily. I can mow through any boss in this game without game overs pretty easily now because I've done it so many times. It's just a matter of experience. But I have to acknowledge that in PvP there are people who are way better than me, and I'm still learning some tricks of the trade about PvP, so it is what it is. But I guess ultimately my point is, if you don't like my content, that's fine, and I'm more than welcome to take criticism and things like that, but just understand that if you generally think everything I put out sucks, you probably shouldn't be coming around. And that's what I told the individual, and he hasn't been seen commenting or leaving ratings on any of my videos since, so always sad to lose somebody, but at the same time, you gotta go and watch the content you like. With that said, a couple things I want to throw out there. I've talked in other commentaries. I don't think people know some of this stuff, so this is just some quick information that I'll elaborate on more so in another video, but I did want to put some actual content, some food for thought. Dexterity actually increases your cast speed. I wouldn't say significantly, but it does affect it. Up to 45 dexterity, I believe, will actually increase your cast speed. Then it maxes out at 45. I would never take a dexterity character to 45 plus. I mean, like an intelligent dex. Like, unless you're going to go... Like, that seems like more like a consideration for like a soul level 300 kind of character, because if you're going to go a dex character, then you're going to have a hard time getting the points for intelligence. So that's something to think about. Another something to think about, and someone commented this on one of my videos, and I had heard this, but I didn't know if it was true, and I'm still testing it. I know a lot of people say it's true, but I'm one of those guys, sometimes I have to test it to believe it, but the Thorn set, allows you to do damage when you roll into somebody, and someone said if you wear a piece of the Thorn set, you can't be backstabbed. So I want to throw this out there after testing it. That's not entirely true. How it works is, it'll cancel each other out. Like, if you get backstabbed after you roll into somebody, you may not get backstabbed because the hit from the roll will interrupt their backstab. The backstab animation will still occur, but you won't take any damage. And it's not 100% consistent, but it's just something to think about, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a PvP video where I put that to the test. Of course, this is how you join the Dragon Covenant. I'm going to come back here and cut off the tail just to get a weapon I'll never use. But I did want to see that you could get it and all that good stuff, and that it won't break your Covenant if you cut off his tail. Alright, well, we're quickly approaching the end of the video, and I'd like to appreciate everyone for watching as always. I appreciate your attention, and I appreciate your interest, so I hope everyone enjoyed what I put out today, and everyone take care. I hope to see you guys next time.